Let's see if it's on. All right. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. I am Melissa Joy, and I'm here to do your reading. And you're like, girl, if you can't see what you don't, I don't have to see the camera. When I'm out in the sun, my screen goes really dark. And if I were to turn the other way, there's wind. And so it would just ruffle all over that microphone. So we're just going to roll through this and do it by faith, okay? So we got oh, why are you jumping over there, King of Wands? Man, how'd you jump out of the deck? I stuck him back in the middle and he keeps coming out. Look at this. Look at that mighty power. They're saying you are springing to life. You may not know it. They're saying don't be distracted by these lures and these temptations to fug it up. To think, oh my God, what's happening to me? Oh, they're doing it again. Those words. They're saying, no, do not worry. Sit here and be with yourself. Watch how life brings this all together. Let it be an Ouroboros and not the nodes, my friend. The nodes, okay, it's a little information here, and then we'll move right on past it. But the nodes are almost like this line, like a spinner on Twister or something, and it comes from the points of the moon. The expanse of how the moon looks like it's interacting with the earth, okay? And the moon can make the earth's surface do this, so it can be very distorted. It can be very debilitating. Like somebody who lives on a boat has no trouble walking on a boat, right? But someone who doesn't is gonna have a little bit of a learning curve. And the thing that it keeps changing and moving every day, and the fact that we're dealing with the moon, and the moon has phases. Let me see if I can turn this way for you guys. That's so many variables that it can cause a lot of difficulty and distortion, especially if you're trying to learn and earn, to prove, to mark, to graduate, to do these things. They're like, the way you graduate is go into yourself and begin to enjoy your life. When those things try and press in and make all these suggestions to your mind, which are called words, which are called thoughts, they're suggestions, friends. And if it's something you don't want happening, or you don't want to eat and have on your plate, you're like, even if it feels real, that's more the emotion stirring up, trying to remind you of what has happened before. And if you knew you had to pay taxes on that every time you engage with it, you'd be like, ooh, that's going to cost me more than ever. No. All right, so I guess that's why they're like, bring it in, Joy. When you stay in the Ouroboros, that's very much about being the healed healer. You don't have to have these lessons and these earnings and these proving, and life doesn't have to be hard. It's made to be ease. Because hard is not the opposite of ease, okay? Hard is a nickname for dis-ease. And so if they said that, do you want to be in ease or do you want to be in disease? What would you pick, right? Now, if you grew up in my country, the difference between easy and hard, people are like, I pick hard, because if it's easy, you're just cheap. You're taking the easy way out. You're not really learning anything. You know, people can question you and about how you got it and put you down. But if you've earned it and you deserve it, then you can just stop them right there. But, ooh, baby, when you step into the ease and you realize that is actually the most challenging of all, especially when you're in an environment like that, but you're not of that same thinking, you're just able to stay in your own lane, in your grace, in your solarness, in your soul, in yourself. You can't even explain it to them. And the good news is, if you're staying in your soul and yourself, all that, you have no desire to. Because you know, in order to, you're going to have to give up your peace, get out of your space, and try and get into their world. No. You just keep on walking and living, because your little cellular DNA, your little sparks of happiness are falling off everywhere as you go. Not the ones that are for you. Like skin cells shed, right? If we knew how many skin cells were around our house or in our car. Okay. There are billions of them just falling off every day of their own that we can't even see, right? So that's the happiness that we talk about. Those kind of like sprinkling and falling off their Taurus. All right, you seem to want to chit chat today. I'm glad. I like that. So you're like, Joy, that tarot card is about all we need for right now, because we are getting to the skinny, into the crux of this. If you want to get into the center of who you are, if you want to be able to bypass those suggestions and not keep falling prey to difficulty and hard and deserving and earning and proving and all these things, that you have to be measured up in the eyes of others, which means you have to live to the pleasure of others. If you want to squander your pleasure like that, you go right ahead. But if you're all about, Joy, I am ready, then you step on, lean on in here. We're going to talk about it. We're going to find out what's going on. We got the 17th. 17 to me is the number of when you truly begin to live your healed life, the healed healer. You're no longer thinking about what people think about you, because Chiron became wounded because he was rejected by his mother. So he made the best. He wanted to help everyone else's pain because he was in pain from it. But when we move on from our pain, we don't have to keep spreading our life out and everybody else hoping that they get it, hoping that they understand. Because when they come into that happiness and they come into this and that, then that will feed yours. No, liar. Does that sound familiar? Liar? Because when you get in your own ease and whatever, it starts lightening up the environment. And that is like being where there's not a bunch of humidity, right? And there's a gentle breeze. You're like, it feels good out here today. Because even though it's like 100 something where I'm at, and the sun is cooking down, and we've been having this heat wave coming through in a heat advisory, that gentle wind is luxurious. It is luxurious. And so your life being lived in your truth becomes luxurious to the world around you. And you're like, I want it for me. You're already feeling it. You're so feeling it that you don't even realize that there's extra, that there's excess. When it's coming in for you, you are plenty, my friend. That means as much as you could desire for yourself, that satisfies and fulfills, not stuffs, not hoards and saves for later. No, this flow, this whole ambient form of being you. The aiming and the living, right? Okay. So in the split, we got resilience and self-reflection. There's your dissies if you need a reminder. I'm going to just wait while you... Closer? Closer. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. How's that feel? How's that feel? Because see, when you're doing that, you're holding on yourself and you're burdening self. All right? That's that taxation, that interest of living in yesterday and tomorrow. And what about right now? It's like, put that down, stake your claim, start where you're at, start building your life, your house, your world right here, because your world goes everywhere you are. So it doesn't have to be, am I in the right place? Am I in the right environment? Is this exactly what I dreamed? No, they're like talking about your happiness. Begin being happy today. Begin living joyfully today. Love your life today. All right? One act, one decision. Man, it's like a punctuation mark, and it punctures that old blown up, gassy, egoic, familiar liar junk, and it just pops that balloon. And it's like, oh, I didn't know all this was here. That's right, because that was up in the way. That was up in the way. That's only part of the story, and you can't live from the part, you live from the whole. And here's the whole. There's so much more. So we need to start, it's about strengthening our vision and coming into focus. Focusing on ourselves, not breaking yourself up into pieces and parts, and this thing that I do and that thing that I do. Like in my case, it could be the mother, it could be the daughter, it could be the sister, it could be the worker, the co-worker, the beach girl. It could be all these things, but really it's me. It's me. At the root, it is me, and behind her, this is what happens when you focus. See how it comes up close and personal like I am today. I know y'all didn't sign up for this, but the wind, I am blocking you from the wind so you can still get this luxurious experience, right? This seaside sounds and the birds singing out here. Fantastic. And look how I could say it slows you down. That's how we would describe the perception here, but it gathers you. That's what it's like to be one. It gathers you into the place where you don't feel like you have to chariot, where you have to race to keep up, that you have to this or that or whatever. You don't have to anything. You have everything. That's why they want us to come from the am and not from the being, because really when you're doing that, you're coming from the doing. You're coming from the what and not from the who. All right, Taurus? Come from the who up in your mind, and that makes you what? Super attractive. And not just to the people, because that is not where your help comes from. Attractive to all this dynamic energy, the things that aren't even stimulated yet. That when you begin to have that experience, these particles start to vibrate and they will show themselves to you. That's the thing about physics and quantum physics, is it is witnessable once it is witnessed. Once it is witnessed. So getting into that feel, into this peace, into this place, and this oneness, you're going to start witnessing a whole lot more than you ever thought. And look at that. That starts to release your dreams and your desires because the environment is safe. Why? Because the environment is you. When we get in other people's headspace, trying to tell other people, trying to manage the world around us, it ain't going to put it out there because it's like, oh, they don't even know what seed they're sowing. They're not going to remember where they sowed it. We can't count on that. So we're just going to lock it down tight and stay in here. And you can't lie to yourself. You can let other people lie to you because you don't know where their head is, but you cannot lie to yourself. Get in the space, my friend. So that's the head. That, yes, super moon. We're going to put away the ones that walked us into that. So I'm a lot, hey, ants, get on out of here. So now let's get into the saying the soul again. So it's mind, soul, and then body. So let's get into the soul oblivion. Open your arms. But they're saying, like, open your arms to what is in front of you, not what is behind you, what has been cut off, what has been lost, all that you invested, that you didn't get anything back on, like even the people who left you or who hurt you or who broke you, or I don't know why I ever tried, they just trash. It wasn't in vain. If you think it is, it is. That's why we come from the amming. That was 11:11, by the way, punctuation mark. But when you begin to breathe, all that essence returns to you through the breath. You don't have to go to the post office. You don't have to go make a payment at the payment desk. You don't have to have a return slip. You don't have to do any of that. Ooh, they're coming in now. They're like, speak it, joy. Liberate the people with my truth. Okay. The magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. Let it flow. Do you know how many times I've been heard, let it go, let it go, let it go. You're just holding on, Joy, let it go, let it go. I was told to hold on. I was told to hold on. When I smashed my head over 21 years ago, it was like, Joy, do not let go of yourself, hold on. And so what has happened when Melissa, all right, hit her head and became Joy, and that giant expanse occurred between the two, 21 years. That's how big this portal, this gateway, this opening is. You know, so if somebody's telling you to let go and it doesn't feel right, don't listen. But I can tell you, no matter what, at any and all times, you can flow. And that flow happens to, it knocks down the resistance. The resistance is gone in the things that cause the suffering, the things that cause the weightiness, the struggle. Remember that pack on your back? Because weightiness also comes from weightness. Waiting and waiting. I'm going to find the right place, the right scenario, the right way. No, right now, Taurus, right now. You are perfect right now. You are plenty right now. You have everything you need right now. What you seek is here right now. It's funny, girl. I thought I was spitting on myself, but no, there's a little cloud overhead with some little drops falling. I'm like, girl, you're getting so excited. You're putting the anointing out there. So anyways, the witch, the 36. The creative union of being in yourself amongst other people. Because some of you live amongst other people and they're like, yourself. And you haven't been reduced down to nothing. This is the beginning, the dawn of a new day. And that's a cosmic moon. That's that blue cosmic energy of your awakening, the epiphany of like, oh. But what I love is it's not just a spotlight glaring on you like a deer in headlights. It's this gentle process, this gentle thing coming about, because if not, everything would come at you at all at once. It would overwhelm you. The old systems would cut on and then it would repeat. But allow that gentleness to come in, allow these subtle changes. So it may not feel all super great immediately right away, but there's some really good greatness, some beauty, some yummy, some unctuousness, some soft moments, right? Where you are gathered together. And then you start saying, I really liked that. I'd really like more of that. And then you start asking questions like, mine could be, how do we help grow the channel? How do I build new income in my life so that I can make this my sole focus, right? Spending time living my life in the flow, being blessed. All right, so let's get into your body. What you trying to grab right there? Back to the shark, but it isn't the shark, it's what's behind it. Peregrine falcon and snow leopard. Excellence, uniqueness. Some of you saying slippery, meaning being able to like move through and people not know you're there. No, 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 because that's still a bit contaminated, thinking there's going to be confrontation or that people are taking from you and whatever else. Remember, get into this. When you start to feel that, just breathe. Just breathe. Because when you breathe, you gather and you collect yourself. What are you gathering? All the investments, everything that you've made, except it's going to return to you with interest. You don't have to go into tomorrow or go back into yesterday to try and gain some power, some energy, some relief. All you have to do is breathe right now. Breathe right now. Our wisdom at the bottom, they're saying, tend yourself. It's going to look like this. You can this. Hell froze over and thinking that I'm going to be nice and enjoy my life when everybody else, they don't deserve, and have to stay that tough, protective exterior. If you want to live isolated out in Siberia, if you want hard AF, go right ahead. Okay, so we're just going to set that here for some consideration. Even the polar bear is tired and you've been crying and sniffling. Look at all those drips, all those icicles out there. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. Looking at you, soft, longing, and begging. And that's a mother bear right there. Can you see those eyes? That's the soft side of you. Growing weary, growing tired. Like pleading with you. Please, please get into that cosmic self and understand how big this part of you is that's coming forward. And when you spend your time dealing with the environment, trying to, counteract what's going on and people and stuff and whatever, it steals your joy. It steals your ability to laugh and have mirth. Mirth is like this softness of joy. Mirth is like your whole environment and everywhere you go softens with you. It's like breathable as opposed to stifling. Okay, you see this energy and the goldness self coming together. Silent, swift, stealth. Having place in your home. Look at the profusion of wings that are coming along, and they're saying when you merge with this self, if you know what is coming behind here, the dynamic you that you are, the dynamic duo, who, you and you, right? Look at what it produces. See that armadillo nice and open, going out, living its life, moving amongst grand and mighty, not being used for a soccer ball or a kickball or having a ball up to protect yourself. This is what happens when you let the Ouroboros, let life take care of itself. You don't have to. Put down the warrior, put down the defense, and watch how your abundance flourishes, thrives, steps forward, and grows. So let's get a little patch of spirit right here who's been holding down the King of Wands. Let's see who's been holding it down. Activate your healing power. Be the healed healer. Because then if you're a cobbler, not only do your kids have shoes, you have shoes, right? That your own life's work, your own purpose blesses you. That's what gives it meaning. That's what puts the flower on, and the flower creates the fruit. And you're like, man, life's starting to get really good. It's getting juicy. I didn't know it'd be like this. I thought I was just a tree. Well, you've been robbing from yourself when you're getting off into other people's business, or you're getting in tomorrow, or you're getting in yesterday, or you're getting in old news and information inside of you, or you're measuring your flour for the recipe with a ruler. But of course, those were conditions, right? That's how we grew up in the school system. We weren't taught how to think. We were taught what. All right? So how about we get into some of the how and the who? The how and the who. Oh, I love it. Where'd you go? Get into the who. And I would say you. And then you talk to your you, and your you will talk to you. And then you got the who, and y'all be celebrating, having a good old time, all laughing, all juicy. And look at that ancient wisdom come forward. Life will protect you and provide for you and take care of you. You don't have to be all closed up anymore, my friend. That is what is going on here. Taurus, that's some powerful stuff. Thank you for making me wiser today. I look forward to listening back to this message myself. All right, if you were here, maybe you liked something, so click that subscribe and join my channel. It is free as always. You could also take a little touch of love and kiss that like button down there and help this channel rise to the top. And if you are my friend, you've been around, or like you like something new here, drop some comments down below so I can say hi. I can give you that touch of love myself. It is my vote for you. All right, we'll talk soon. Love you. Bye.